Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is JT from Above and Below the Belt. I want to talk about what Jacobs said after Canelo fight. I'll be the king of the entire division. Well, you know what? I would somewhat disagree with him about that. I would say this: you're on your way to be the king. If you beat him and get the two belts from him, only thing the person you have to fight is uh Jamel Charlo, because he got the WBC strap. So at the same time, then you'll be the king of the division because you got the three straps. Don't mean you king. That mean that you elite fighter and you'll be the best in that division because of the belts that you have. But do they mean that you are the king of the division? I don't know. That depends on how you look at it. But to me, I disagree with that. I don't think that Canelo Alvarez is um some people say he the king of the division at the same time because he got the two belts, but I disagree with that too. I mean, it's up for grabs. Everybody just champions. They just got belts. He just got two belts, of course, but the fight that he fought with Gennady Golovkin, it was a it was a tough fight to say who won both of them fights. Some people say it's kind of funny because you know when Canelo fought Golovkin in the first fight, Golovkin was moving was the pressure fighter. He was dictating the fight. Canelo Alvarez he was fighting going backwards, fighting on his back heels. You see what I'm saying? But then the second fight, that was a draw, they said. But then the second fight, it was a total opposite. But they gave it to Canelo. See, it was, now, some people say Triple G won that first one. Then they said Canelo, some people say Canelo won that second one, of course. But some people say even Triple G won that second one. And some people said Canelo won the first one. It's back and forth. Ain't no cool cut. People, now these fighters today in the middleweight division, man. I mean, Canelo Alvarez is having fought the WBC champion Jamel Charlo. And that's been his mandatory for almost for a year or 2 years, and he hasn't fought him yet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know when he gonna fight him, but the first step is to get Danny Jacobs out the way. But then on top of that, it's kind of funny because there was gonna be a trilogy with Triple G, but Triple G didn't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? And they talking about, and this is what Canelo Alvarez trainer said. He says, I feel confident the boxer will not only beat Jacob, but will move forward to unify the entire division. This is what we wanted. We wanted the big fights to leave a big footprint in the history of boxing. It appeared impossible at first. Based on hard work and discipline, we grew little by little. He as a fighter and we as trainers. This is what his trainer said, Canelo Alvarez. And one thing is the fight was made because Triple G didn't want to fight you. And the second thing, you didn't have no choice but to fight somebody who's somewhat of the top middleweight or who has the belt. And the reason why I use pressure to fight him because in your contract, I bet you, I got a funny feeling, you got to fight somebody who's a good fighter instead of cherry picking, like some people say, Rocky Fielding, because Danny Jacobs not a cherry pick at all. He come to fight. He ain't come to lay down. In this fight, between them two, are 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that Danny Jacobs got skills too. He's got very good skills. He'll move his head. He's got lateral movement. He got lateral movement with his head and his body. And at the same time, he's got good power. Just like Canelo Alvarez got good power. The only thing Canelo Alvarez don't do, he don't move his head. But he's beginning. I think he's beginning to move his head just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But in this fight, he's going to have to be a little bit different. This ain't Rocky Fielding. This is not Triple G at all. Because Danny Jacobs, I thought Danny Jacobs won that fight with Triple G. But Triple G didn't give him the rematch. You know what I'm saying? The funny thing about this, Danny Jacobs probably would have had those two belts that Canelo Alvarez have. You see what I'm saying? But Triple G didn't give him the rematch because I think Triple G was scared, just like Tyson Fury scared of Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, it's what it is. And they talking about this is this is what we wanted. Yeah, you want this by default to a certain degree. I think the in your contract you got to fight somebody. It was either gonna be Demetrius Andrade or it was Daniel Jacobs or Jamel Charlo. They are the upper class in the middleweight division, and you haven't fought none of them. And you want to unify. You want to be the undisputed middleweight. So this is the way to go. So you got that. I think it's by default. I think John Skipper told y'all, or it was in y'all contract in that 10, 11 fight contract or whatever contract he has for $365 million. You got to fight somewhat of a good fighter, the best fighters out there in the middleweight division. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened by default. So that's a bunch of crap. You know what I'm saying? I understand his team is trying to protect. Canelo Alvarez's team is trying to protect him. Man, that's what teams are supposed to do to a certain point. But at the same time, I told him I didn't mind him picking Rocky Fielding just to try himself in that division. But when he came back down, so I guess he's going to try to unify. Hopefully, he's trying to unify because I guess after this fight, he's going to fight Demetrius Andrade. If Demetrius Andrade beat the opponent that he's facing in his next fight, I'm thinking. But or even if he don't do that, he might fight somebody else that did fight Demetrius Andrade. I believe they're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? So, but matter of fact, I think. Let me go back. Canelo Alvarez is gonna fight Triple G if Triple G want that fight with if he go on the zone. If Triple G go on the zone and his platform will be on the zone, we will see Canelo Alvarez and Triple G fight again. Trust me. I think that fight was gonna be before Demetrius Andrade. So that's what I'm thinking. But I think Canelo will fight Demetrius Andrade, But I'm not gonna talk about Demetrius Andrade and Canelo Alvarez. That's in another video, and that's if that fight come true, whatever, or if they ever fight. But I'll talk about that when we get to that point. But right now, man, what y'all think about Jacobs talking about he's after Canelo fight, he'll be the king of the entire division? I disagree with him. He'd be the first dude. I mean, is he talking about as in he be the first man up? I agree with that, but king of the division, no, I think that's too much. You know, you got to fight Demetrius Andrade, and you got to fight Jamal Charlo. You know what I'm saying, to be the king. You know, you got the straps. You have 3 of the straps, but to be the king of the ring is having to beat all them guys, and that goes for him too. I don't care what color you are. I don't care you Mexican. I don't care you a Black American or African American. I don't care you white American. I don't care. You got to fight all of them to be the king of the division, or of course undisputed of the division. That's how I look at it. Maybe y'all might look at it a little bit different. But what y'all think about this? Leave a comment at the bottom of my page. Subscribe to my page. Like my page. Hit the notification bell for new videos from me. This is JT from Above and Below the Belt. All right, bye.